Hi, I'm Ricky,
And I'm Monica. We have 8 children.
and we believe in family.
So one of the interesting things about this year for a lot of people is that this is probably the first year that they are homeschooling their kids, or at least their kids are doing virtual learning from home. Now for our family, we've actually always homeschooled our kids. It was a decision that we made a long time ago. The reason we made that decision is we wanted to have, in this short window of 18 to 20 years that our kids are living in our home with us, we wanted to take advantage of that time to pour as much into them as possible and to not so much control, but to just be the loudest voice in their life. Now the way we approach homeschool is not just focused on math or reading or science, but the way we approach is that in everything that we're doing and in everything that they're learning, we want to disciple our children so that they will come into a greater understanding of who God is and who they are now in Christ Jesus. And so for us, it's very important that they encounter God in everything that we do. So our approach is not so much homeschooling our kids as much as it is discipling our kids in everything. Now there's a verse in Deuteronomy 6 that I want to read. In Deuteronomy 6, God just gave the 10 Commandments to the Israelites through Moses. He's giving them a structure for righteous living. He's giving them a way to live as His people, as His children. And right after He gave them these commandments, He says to them in Deuteronomy 6, I'm going to start reading in verse 6. It says, verse 5, it says, "And you must love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your strength. And you must commit yourself wholeheartedly to these commands that I have given you today. Repeat them again and again to your children." So not just you need to do this, but right after God says you need to commit yourself wholeheartedly to these commandments, He says repeat them to your children. Not to the people that attend your congregation, not to your friends, not even so much to yourself as you need to pass these along. Repeat them again and again to your children. Talk about them when you are at home, when you're out on the road, when you are going to bed, and when you're getting up. Tie them to your hands and wear them on your forehead as reminders. Write them on your doorposts of your house and on your gates. So what God was telling them is, look, this is the way for righteous living. This is the standard or the guidelines that I'm giving you to live as my people. But if there is no teaching or transferring of this from the parents, notice that He didn't command the priests to do this. He didn't command the religious officials to do this. It was to the parents. Teach them to your children, because if not, the buck stops with them. But if they pass it along to their kids, then the culture of heaven and the blessings of God on how to live as His children continue on. So we want to give you just a quick look at what our life looks like homeschooling our kids right now in 2020. So for us, one of the things that is important, and maybe it doesn't seem that spiritual, but we just believe it's an important thing, is that we take care of our bodies and that we're healthy. So when we homeschool our kids, one of the things that we do in the morning, our kids drink water, and then we actually exercise together, whether it's we just go on a quick walk or we do some little thing, 20-minute little routine on YouTube, but we do some sort of exercise as a family to get our bodies moving, to get our bodies warmed up, to maintain a healthy lifestyle. And after that time, we eat a healthy breakfast, we clean up, and then we move on to the very first thing of our day, which is to read the Bible. Now what we've decided to do right now is we're taking one chapter at a time. We've been reading through the book of John, and we go verse by verse and we take turns reading it. As we read, I might stop and highlight a certain verse and ask questions so that I teach them as we're reading what the Bible is really saying. We're taking that time to instill daily devotional Bible reading with the kids. And we take after that just a moment to listen to a worship song and sit quietly in the presence of God and worship Him. And for the rest of the morning and into the early afternoon, we spend our time doing math, we do science, we do social studies, we do reading and writing, spend most of our time on reading, writing, and math. But even in all of that, I take moments as I see them to talk to the kids and show how this stuff might relate in the moment to God, relate to our Christian walk, relate to even just how to be a good human being and a responsible human being. So we take all the time throughout the day to disciple our kids, to actively disciple our kids. We believe, just like I was reading earlier in Deuteronomy chapter 6, that it is the responsibility of the parents to disciple and pass along the legacy to their kids of our faith in Christ. Without that active discipleship, we're putting our kids at risk for when they graduate high school and start to get into the real world, whether it be work or college, that they may walk away from the faith, or that their faith might just get compromised or watered down because we didn't instill strong values in them. I want to encourage you guys. This is part of our heart and Abide to Love, that it is time for the parents in the home to rise up as the priests of their home and to train up their own kids actively, disciple their own kids purposefully, so that our future can look a lot brighter than it is. I believe that our kids are the future, and I believe that it's our job as parents to pour into them. So if you're homeschooling your kids, I want to encourage you, take time throughout the day, read the Bible daily with them, pray with them, listen to worship, teach them how to sit and think about the Lord and sing songs to the Lord. Do this, implement rhythms and implement routines so that as they get older, they're used to these disciplines and they will maintain them as they get older. This is the passing on of the legacy, just like God instructed Moses to do. So God bless you guys. Thanks for watching. I just bless you and your kids in the 2020-2021 school year. And yeah, let's just spur one another on to disciple our kids and be actively involved spiritually in their lives. So bless you guys. Thanks for watching.